Hey, everybody. Welcome to Sub Sunday and such. I guess we're on. And then we'll wait a few minutes before we analyze any of the games because we'll be on Chess TV at 8 in about 6 minutes. They sizzle them juices. I'm doing well, person on YouTube. Sitbear's on YouTube. What? I've never been so confused. Huh. It's Jim Can Chess. Go Ben. Agreed. You were banned from Twitch? Yeah, these things happen. Sometimes you get banned. Did we go 2 hours yet? You're Kingler Gaming and you're not. Yeah. I mean, that's not how you would spell your or I'm. It's Luke Jim. Well, there's only 11 people watching on YouTube. Compared to the monster 24 watching on Twitch. I was watching football all day, so I'm tired from watching so much football. Some of us are watching on both. Yeah. I gotta do my next Chessable course, Yawn Like a Grandmaster. Back on Twitch. Sitbear subscribed. It's my 8th month subbed. Good, good. Only 1,000 more to go. Hello, Egypt. Yeah, I have the TV on the Dallas game. Forgot who they're playing. Some team that's going to beat them. Oh, yeah, Tampa Bay. Although I'm rooting for Dallas, of course, since I'm a Falcons person. Isle of Man. What's funny about Isle of Man is their tournament has women's prizes. So, for those of you who are new, I sit here and yawn. That's the stream. We're sort of low key. Not the Marvel character Loki. Which looks like a giant typo, but isn't. Yeah, I've heard of that person. Who's my favorite Marvel character? Can I name a Marvel character? Who's that guy that killed everybody and then they killed him? That guy. Yeah, Thanos. Yeah, he's the best. Go Dave Chappelle. Norm Macdonald, he doesn't do a lot of stand-up now. He mainly does lying down. I like the way my favorite Marvel character, I couldn't think of his name. That shows you how much I'm into it. I've seen at least half of the Marvel movies. No, it was Cambodian Bonari. Okay, it's 8 o'clock Eastern where I am. So we should be on Chess TV any second. Battlefield Earth sounds familiar, but I don't know if I've seen it. Hi, Chess TV. I'm Ben. Today's Sub Sunday, as opposed to just regular Sunday. So I analyze games that subs play that they've submitted on Discord. I guess I didn't see Battlefield Earth. I heard of it. Reservoir Dogs or Pulp Fiction? Well, I have a Pulp Fiction poster, but I don't have a Reservoir Dogs one. I like Pulp Fiction more, but I like Reservoir Dogs. Yeah, both is a good answer. Yeah, Death Proof was good. So we'll need a moderator to do markers for the games. There's only 8 games that were submitted. 8 tensor extension. Okay, First game is from Sitbear, and this is an unusual game because it broke his streak of not losing. He finally played somebody over 1200, so he lost. My opponent played a subpar opening and saddled me with the initiative, a bird in which I had designed my anti-theoretical repertoire specifically to avoid. I ended up self-destructing and losing my undefeated strength, which is why these days I just do nothing and wait for my opponent to blunder. Okay, it's game 30, delay 5. This game was played in June, I think. Yeah, it was played in June. Okay, so here's the game. Sitbear's black. Okay, so far so good. Knight g3 is not the most incisive, but I wouldn't give it dubious. Good game so far. Yeah, black has no problems out of the opening. So far, the game's pretty good. That might be a little too aggressive because black hasn't developed their queenside pieces yet. Bishop d7 would fail to bishop takes f6, and then the bishop isn't defended sufficiently. So something like queen c7, bishop d7, rook d8, bishop c6 should be about equal. But okay, this is aggressive. a5 I don't understand. Yeah, typically you don't want to give up a bishop. So black should play either bishop e7 or bishop f8, because it's nice to have the bishop. This actually fails tactically to h3, and then you can't go back to f6 because there's two pieces there. But you don't really want to go back to h6. This move's also good. Rook d1's a really nice move, keeping the pressure on. Now, white's threatening bishop a3, which is annoying. The engine suggests b5, so if bishop a3, then b4. Black played e5, seemingly missing bishop a3. G4 is an interesting move. Like that's a move I would have thought of. I also wouldn't have thought of bishop e6. Would have taken the pawn, I guess. Still winning for white. This seems like it's more winning. Yeah, after rook b5, white's threatening g5 check. But black was more interested in rook takes a5. And black resigned. Yeah, unfortunately, winning streaks usually end when you play people that are higher rated than you, or non-losing streaks. So I recommend, if you don't want to lose anymore, to play people lower rated than you, especially 400 points higher rated. Yeah, White didn't play badly that game. But yeah, I mean, in this position, you don't want to give up your bishop, especially with your back rank weak. You really need to develop your queen side. So knight g4 is just the wrong idea. Your idea should be bishop d7, rook d8, bishop c6, which you can't play right now. So you could play queen c7 and then play bishop d7. Or you could play queen c7, then try to fianchetto your bishop on b7. You need to get these pieces into the game. And with your back rank so weak in this position, you got in trouble. Yeah, and this is already losing. Yeah, a5 is a strange move. I don't really understand a5. But yeah, you don't want to give up your bishop. And you don't want to give up control of the back rank. So basically, you played okay. And your opponent played okay. Then you played a5, which went from White being slightly better to just completely winning. It's Thomas Beckett. He's usually good for $1 or so. Canadian. That's correct, tensor extension. There's a funny episode of some TV show I used to watch. I think it's the guy who made Rick and Morty. It's about space aliens who crashed into Earth and they live on Earth. What's that called? Well, there's 1,200 of you. Somebody knows what it's called. I can't remember names of things. I can describe them. Mars Attacks. No, it's a television show. It's a cartoon. It's made by the Rick and Morty people. It's on Netflix or something like that. No, it's a cartoon. It's still on. They just finished it. Like, it's been on for like 5 years. Oh, Solar what? I think it's called Solar something. Or maybe it's not. Solar. Anyway, I gave enough of a description. Solar opposites. Thanks, Timothy. Wow, the 30 people on YouTube got it quicker than the people on Twitch. Yeah, on Solar Opposites, there's a whole episode that just makes fun of Malcolm Gladwell. They're on like a boat, and Malcolm Gladwell's there, and they just make fun of everything he's ever said. Which is funny. Thanks, Thomas Beckett, for 149 Canadian. Yeah, if you want to see somebody make fun of Malcolm Gladwell, other than himself, James Altucher resembles Malcolm Gladwell slightly, and he's actually been mistaken for him. Solar Opposites is made by the Rick and Morty people, but it's not really related to Rick and Morty. Actually, the problem with the 10,000 hour thing is when Malcolm Gladwell was researching how many hours it took to be good at something, he only spent 9,000 hours. and he concluded it took 10,000 hours. So that's why he was mistaken. If he had actually taken 10,000 hours, then things would have been different. There's a book by Malcolm Gladwell that's one of his more famous books, but I can't remember the names of things. Anyway, in the book, he spends a page talking about my first wife's husband, current husband, Chris Langdon. No, not Freakonomics. Sabina's rating with a party of 34, as per usual. Who's more annoying, Malcolm Gladwell or Nate Silver? Outliers is correct, Bonari. That's one of the few books I've read, Outliers. I don't think anybody's more annoying than Nate Silver, but Malcolm Gladwell's close. I think Nate Silver. He's pretty annoying. Nate Silver is a statistician. Wow. I wonder what that is. You missed like a whole syllable of statistician. I guess the people in the chat didn't go to MIT. No, I'm not playing. I'm analyzing subs games. It's Sub Sunday. It's the name of the stream. Ben analyzes subs games. You went to Harvard Law School, you were visiting, and then they kicked you out. They said, get out of our law school. And you said, I have to go to the bathroom. What is the point of the story about Langdon? That he's an outlier because he's smart or something. Also a racist. Yeah, he's not a nice person. Your spelling of grammar was incorrect. Unless you're talking about your grammar. Who's Langdon? That's not how you spell Langdon. Go Landon. The chat's confusing me. Why is A5 a mistake? I said why like twice. So here's the third time. It gives away the two bishops and it weakens the back rank. And it doesn't help black develop the bishop on c8. It's the losing move. Was Zakaru playing Faustino? Oh no, he didn't. I don't know if it's Ono or Oro. I think it's Oro. Is that the Argentinian IM you're talking about? Black should play Queen C7, then play B6, Bishop B7, or Bishop D7. Whichever's funnier. Okay, let's go to the next game. Somebody do a marker. A battle of the section's top board at the end of the tournament. My opponent was rated 1850 and had 5.5 out of 6 and playing for clear first. Whereas I, 1620 with 4 out of 6, was playing for a shot at tied second. And then our hero is white, and it's Clark Vandenhoven who sends a game in every week. And it's slow chess, 120 minutes with a 5-second delay or increment. Nobody knows. And Clark also has black at this position. Even this position. All right, these moves are all good. The engine doesn't like knight c6. Typically, black plays knight bd7 in the Najdorf. It somehow thinks white's better after taking an e5. Not sure I believe that. Gotta believe something. Yeah, now knight b3 is sort of passive, so now definitely black is doing well. Yeah, that's a mistake. Ooh, that's a mistake. Yeah, you just take the pawn. Then black is clearly better, according to the engine. I agree with. e5's a bit early. Ooh, d5. Ooh. d5 is a very committal move, which gives away all the dark squares. White has a nice dark square blockade. It's ruining his bishop on b7. d5 is quite a poor move. Queen c7 is the best move, and black is doing fine. Rook c8 is okay. There's tension in the center, and the tension's probably good for black because there's potential for black to win a pawn or to mess up white's pawn structure. d5 just makes the knight on e8 bad, bishop on b7 bad, gives away the c5 square. So it's a very poor move. Yeah, g6 isn't very good either. g4 is very strong. g5 is interesting. I'll give him that. Yeah, g takes f4 is not good. Yeah, I mean, black just has no play here. Well said, Bonari. The engine says bishop d1 is the best move. There's a move nobody would ever play. That says knight d4 is better. Yeah, this is just a very poor position for black. It's very passive, and white has 2 bishops. Black's knights don't have any good squares. There's bishop d1. Yeah, bishop takes hg3 is a very bad move, because after hg, we kill the knight, and we open up the h file so that white can later play king g2 and rook h1, tack down the h line. Now the knights are just both dead. They can't move anywhere. You can't play knight takes e5 because queen takes h7 checkmate. Yeah, this is completely lost for black. Rook h1's coming. Man, the truth hurts. All of white's pieces are in perfect attacking position. h5 is actually the best move. Ooh, knight takes e6 is a blunder. Yeah, the winning move is bishop takes g6, f takes g6, then g takes h5. It says g5 is the best move. So this is funny. If rook takes f6, the winning move for white is to take on g6, threatening queen h8 mate. And if rook takes g6, I check and play rook f1 check, and you can't block with the knight because it's illegal. Then you lose your rook here, and you just lose. Okay, so you played knight e6, which gives black the advantage. Now it says black's winning. Oh, h4 is a blunder. It says c takes b2 is winning for black. Black crashes through on the queen side before white crashes through on the king side. Now after g5, it's equal. It says rook h6 is winning. Rook h6 is very hard to find. There's no way I would play rook h6. The second best move for white I would play, and that is b3, because that stops black's counterplay on the queen side. So I like b3. Rook h6 I don't even understand, but b3 I understand, stopping black from crashing through here. Now the only move that draws is queen b6, because that threatens queen f2 checkmate. Yeah, now white's winning again because of queen takes e6 check. What's funny is queen b6 not only threatens queen f2 mate, but it defends the e6 pawn. So if queen e6, I take with the queen. Queen b6 is hard to find, but it makes a lot of sense. Now queen e6 check wins immediately, and he played it. Now the best was bishop f5. I'm not sure I would find that, because all of black's kingside pieces are pinned. Wow, he found it. That's the best move. Yeah, now black's king is crumbling. Yep, now the engine announces checkmate. White's crashing through. I like the way both pieces are pinned, so you can't take on f5. Very exciting. Rook takes g7 is a good way to finish the game. You can't take with the rook because it's pinned. Then black resigned. If black plays king f8, then we check and play queen h6 mate. And if black plays the more obvious king takes rook, we check and then play queen h8 mate. So after rook takes g7, black resigned. Very nice game. Well, the games are good today. What are your thoughts on Marlon Cagnes now that he's showing some dominant chess winging tournaments after tournament? Guess I'm not sure if you intentionally misspelled Magnus or spelled winning with a G. Write that back in better English and I'll answer it. How do you choose whose games are going to be analyzed? People submit games on Discord, and then I analyze them. And we had 8 games submitted. We usually have between 6 and 20. We've had 20, but 8 is pretty small. You have to be a sub on Twitch, and you have to be on Discord. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Plechamura. Merry Christmas to everybody and whatever other holidays you celebrate. And Happy New Year and Happy Kwanzaa and Happy Hanukkah and whatever other holidays there are that I don't know about. Isn't Carl Magnusson like an Icelandic weightlifter? Strongman? You graduated from college? Was it barber or clown? That's Magnus Ver Magnusson. St. Thomas Becket Day is December 29th. Well, that's good. Yeah, happy holidays to everybody. Remember, it's better to give than receive. So I don't want to receive any of your donations, but please donate so you feel better. We had somebody give 50 subs yesterday, and the stream before that, somebody gave 35. Minus 11 in Gaylord. Sounds like a city in Michigan. Isn't a city called Gaylord? Isn't that blasphemy? Hi, Vladimir. 36. Thanks for all the kudos, guys, on YouTube. Okay, let's do hi Trinidad or Tobago. Make up your mind. Which one are you from? Uh let's do a marker for the next game. Okay, the next game is from Bonari. I moved my knight backwards, hung a pawn, but my opponent missed a simple tactic. In the PGN you sent, you wrote result 1-0, even though the result was 0-1. And even when you win, you say you lost. Come on, Bonari. That's a typo. BYOBBB. The extra B is for BYOBBB. What's that extra B for? That's a typo. Okay. Bonarici's black. This was played at the 1994 U.S. Open. 94 U.S. Open. I tied for first in that tournament. That tournament was in Rosemont, Illinois, suburban Chicago. So, no thoughts. What? If only I'd seen your previous chat. I can't respond to all the drivel that's posted on the chats. Unusual position. Well, both sides have decided to try to be worse, but White did a better job, so now White's worse. Oh, White's much worse. Yeah, Bonarici's good. He drew me last time we played. He's beaten me several times. Black's playing really good. Boy, knight f1's terrible. Knight g3's good. Black's play is flawless this game. Black just always has a big advantage. White's king is no good. White's king is still no good. That's a mistake because White can play knight d6, forking the rook and the pawn. So up until here, Black played really well. Then Black walked into a fork, so that wasn't good. Yeah, now White's winning with the extra pawn and two passed pawns on the queen side. Okay, so Black got super active. Suspicious, too. Now the rook is attacked. White's two pawns up. Now White can take a third pawn. Rook takes a4. g4 doesn't make a lot of sense because Black was threatening rook takes h4 anyway. I'm assuming that White didn't see that. Rook takes doesn't make any sense. White should castle queenside here since h-file's open and the rook's attacked. Now Black's actually winning because Black plays a simple tactic, trades rooks, and then plays queen h4 check, winning the bishop. So rook takes a4 was a huge blunder. Wow, knight c5 check is mate in 11. It's by far the best move. Wow, and he found it. That forks the king and queen, and it opens the b file for the black rook. Now queen a6 is going to be mate. Queen b5 check is actually mate in 4. But, oh, you play queen b5 check. I was going to say, but you probably took the knight, because that's the human move. But queen b5 check is actually stronger. Then you play rook a8 and you mate soon. Wow, very nice game by Bonari. And then Bonari blundered his b-pawn, then played f5, which was crazy. And by playing crazy, he forced his opponent to blunder. Yeah, in that tournament, I had 7 wins and 5 draws. And I was in an 8-way tie for first. Also, in that tournament, I beat Alex Yermolinsky with the black pieces in a Geller Gambit. Thanks, Kefner Robson. Wonder if you're related to Ray Robson. Everybody in YouTube chat is telling me how good my videos are. Thank you. If you go to the YouTube channel that we have now, that we've had for 7 years or 8 years, there's over 3,500 videos there, and about half of them are very educational, half of them are funny, and a third of them are both. There's a Venn diagram that's complicated. Twitch chat is sort of weird today. Twitch chat's saying unusual things. YouTube chat is saying, like, how great I am. Oh, they're just bots? Okay, that makes sense. That's something a bot would say, not a bot. Thanks, Rando. I've done my PhD on Venn diagrams. Man, talk about a waste of a PhD. I mean, good job. I'm curious if you've changed your opinion on Magnus Carlsen. What's my opinion on Magnus Carlsen that I'm supposed to change? Awesome name, Max Mayo. Magnus worse than Kasparov. Magnus is better than Kasparov now, but Kasparov's pretty old. Not as dominant as other world champions. Yeah, that's correct. Kasparov was definitely more dominant. Even mayonnaise haters like the name Max Mayo. Well, I think Morphy's the greatest. He dominated the most. You heard Magnus doesn't change the pod in curing? I don't believe that. He must change it. Come on, he wouldn't do that. Bobby Fischer was pretty good. Weren't you banned yesterday? How'd you get back on? Did you change your handle? All you do is spam the chat. Who's the best, Bobby Fischer or Magnus? Paul Morphy. Okay, let's do the next game. Somebody do a marker. Okay, this is from Tenu. Hi, Ben. I'm black in this rapid game. It was 10-minute, no increment. It was messy. I won 2 pawns in the opening, then proceeded to blunder both of them in the middle game. I ended up with a better position, then misevaluated an endgame by trading rooks into an opposite-colored bishop endgame. Tenu's from Ireland, so they spell colored wrong. This theoretically would have been drawn despite the extra pawn, but practically more difficult for the opponent, especially since we had less than 1 minute on the clock. Okay. Snarzy subscribed. Go Snarzy. Snarzy's the best. We're only 58 subs shy of 600. If we get to 600, it'll be a Christmas miracle. Okay, our hero is black. This is a 10-minute game. Knight takes c6 isn't very challenging. If white plays e5 here, then black can play queen a5 check, winning the e-pawn with check. Actually, if black doesn't have queen a5 check, then e5 is a good move. But whole opening structure is based on the fact that e5 is no good. Black's position's perfectly cromulent here. Yeah, and queen e4, queen d3 is a mistake. White should just castle. Now black has a nice tactic, which they found. Knight takes e4. The queen is overworked. And since it's Christmas time, overloaded. d5 exclam, former muscle. And black has an excellent endgame with 2 extra pawns. Yeah, here black should play bishop f5, attacking this pawn. a4, interesting move. King g6, also interesting. Now position is just drawn. Not sure which color I'd rather have. The engine says black is a little bit better. Well, now I definitely rather have black. I guess black's threatening 2 pawns. Yeah, that's a mistake. Black should play bishop c6, attacking the g-pawn, then trade the a-pawn for the g-pawn. Then black has 4-2 on the king side, which is very lucky because it's fortuitous. Bishop c6. Yay. a4. No. And black's just winning here. Probably better to play g5, but taking on g3 is okay. White wants to trade all the pawns off and get to rook and bishop versus rook, which seems very unlikely. Yeah, that's a mistake. Yeah, just bishop e6 is winning. There's no reason to get fancy. After rook h4, it's a draw with correct play. As you take it, play rook a1. And this is just a draw. Yeah, bishop b4 loses. The best move is c4, because you want to play c5, c6. And if he takes it, then you play king e3. I mean, it's a draw, but probably in practice you're going to lose. I mean, white's going to lose. King e1 is also a draw. This is the wrong colored rook pawn, so white draws by getting the king over here. And if black plays king b2 to escort the pawn and stop the king, then bishop here wins the pawn. So black's just not in time to win after king e1. Yeah, now e4 is winning. Yeah, this is a very difficult ending to draw. It would take a long time to calculate all the variations and figure it out. But the engine just says king e1 draws and c4 draws, and that this is winning. This looks winning now. Yeah, the e3 pawn's very strong. Well, white's defense was pretty bad. White let the pawn queen win checkmate. But okay, it was a 10-minute game. 10-minute game, this position, black's always going to win. White playing perfect defense in a 10-minute game isn't going to happen. But the idea is if you play c4 and you take it, then you can move the king somewhere. As soon as our king gets here, it's a dead draw. So black has to stop that. But if black plays king c3, then bishop here draws. And then we just walk our king over to the queen side. And if king b3, we can play bishop f6, king d2. And there's just no way for black to win. White just plays bishop here, and if black pushes the pawn here, then neither pawn is dangerous. If you try to play king here, then king c1 blocks the king out. So king a2, you play king c1. Actually, king a2, yeah, king c1 draws. Yeah, as soon as our king gets to a1, we draw, and there's no way that black can do anything aggressive and not let our king get to a good square. I guess I can play here and bishop b3. Oh, that hangs the pawn. I can't do that. I have to play bishop f3. Yeah. Yeah, I can't lose this pawn because then I can't win. In a 10-minute game, like anybody would lose here with white, but the engine doesn't lose because it's a draw. And you have to defend your pawn. And just move the bishop around. This bishop is stuck to the e2 pawn. And you can't keep your pawn on e3 because bishop d4 forces it to e2. Yeah, and now you just chill. Oh, that move loses, actually. Oh, I just take the pawn. I didn't defend the pawn. Yeah, you have to defend the pawn, then the king goes back. So white just plays bishop here, bishop here, bishop here, bishop here. And after check, plays king here, attacking the pawn. You can't even play bishop d3, sacking your bishop, because the bishop is defending that. This is a very complicated endgame. So I would expect, like in this position, the players' ratings that they are, that black's just always going to win. But still, it was silly for black to play rook h4 here when bishop e6 just saves the pawn. And black definitely wants to keep the rooks on the board. Black's rook is better than white's rook. White's rook is super passive. Black has two passed pawns. Opposite color bishops bring drawing chances into the game. You don't want to give up this pawn because this pawn's the wrong pawn. So a lot of times white can be down a piece and get the king to a1 and draw. So rook h4 was going too far, but black won anyway. So anyway, that's too complicated an endgame for this stream. But yeah, white's defense, the last 6 moves was really bad. Bishop b4 is bad. Bishop a5 lets the pawn queen. So you can't play bishop a5. You can play anything but bishop a5. Bishop c5. You're still losing, but bishop a5, the pawn just queens. That's a really bad move. The Twitch chat has gone off the rails. Kramer's ventriloquist dummy. I don't know. I've only seen every Seinfeld episode 10 times. Have you read the new Morphe book by Charles Hurtan? I've never heard of Charles Hurtan. Oh, wait, you just wrote Hurtan, so I'm not supposed to know his first name is Charles. No. One thing most people don't know about Charles Hertan is he sent a letter about 30 years ago to the U.S. Chess Federation and says, I've legally changed my name to Mr. Donkey. And they sent him a membership card that said Mr. Donkey. True story. Is there any modern player like Nezhmetdinov? I don't know, Gotham Chess? Name of the chicken restaurant that Jerry forced to close. I think that's because of the hat that he had. Kenny Rogers Roasters. Go Kenny Rogers. What was the name of Kramer's dummy? Mr. Marbles. That sounds familiar. In a 10-game match with Kasparov in his prime versus Carlsen in his prime, who wins? Your mom. Senator Gotham Chess. That sounds good. Yeah, I don't know. Probably 10 draws. Do you have a lecture on the Sicilian Dragon? I don't know. I have thousands of lectures. I don't remember any of them. So probably. Probably go to a search engine, type in Feingold Sicilian Dragon, see if anything comes up. I did a lecture on Alex Scherzer after he passed away, and I showed a couple of his dragon wins when he was white. Yeah, I'm one of the few people who has like no interest in Chat GPT or AI. I don't care about any of that stuff. Also, IQ tests are just stupid. Like Chat GPT and IQ is like double stupid. What's your favorite gambit? I don't know. Queen's Gambit. What was the symbol used for Festivus? It was a pole. It was a metal pole. No decoration. I find tinsel distracting. I went to a Festivus party once in St. Louis. Could you explain the Hertan thing? I already did. Gotham Chess is more along the lines of Adam West than Christian Bale. Yeah, they had an airing of grievances. Yeah. George's father was a cook in the army. 38 puzzle rush in 5 minutes equals what level? don't know, 1,200 maybe, 1,100, something like that. Everybody in the chat just says nonsense. It's like always in the chat. It's the same as usual. Okay, let's go to the next game. Somebody do a marker. Hi, Ben. I'm white here in a 3-minute game. I threw away my huge advantage without knowing it. Move 21 for both white and black are nice puzzles, which we both failed. This was on Lichess. Both players are 1,800, and our hero is white. Yep, this seems like Lichess 1,800. Knight CE2. Man, even 1,800 is generous. I mean, good game so far. This game isn't as bad as it seems. These players aren't as bad as they play. H4, god damn. H6. H5. Every move terrible. Yay, D5, the first good move of the game. Amazing. Ah, D takes E4. After getting a nice center and blocking the bishop, plays D takes E4, giving white the advantage. Wow, it wants white to sack a piece here. That's crazy. Hey, white played the crazy move. Yeah, that move loses. Taking on H6 is equal, it says. Or Knight G4 is equal. Knight G4. Nobody's playing Knight G4. Now Queen G5 wins immediately. And he played it. Bishop takes G7. Now the moves are good. What happened? Wow, Knight H7 is the best move, but it still loses. Now Knight F5 is just mate. Always play Knight F5. That's just checkmate. H6 is also mate, but Knight F5 is better because if the king tries to run away, Knight F5 covers the E7 square. After H6, the king can run away, which is still winning for white, but Knight F5 just wins quicker. Now Knight F5 again is the best move. Now it's just winning for white. Yeah, so the win that white missed here is not obvious at all. You take the rook. If the king takes, you queen with check. That's obviously good for white. Take with the knight, you save your rook, and there's no defense to H8 queen, which is amazing. So that's the win that everybody missed. Instead, queen was played, and now black is better by playing a very unusual move. Let's see if anybody in the chat can get it. Black actually has a better position here, and if black doesn't play the proper move, then black's losing. Black only has one move to have the advantage. Otherwise, black is lost. Yeah, the top move here is G1 queen. Then the best move is King E2. If rook takes queen, black is much better. Black's up a piece. So king e2 is best. Then black only has one move that's good, and it's queen takes a1. God damn. That's the only good move. Then the engine says queen takes check, queen takes check, queen takes check, rook takes queen, and black is slightly better up in exchange for a pawn. But white has a nice knight, nice bishop, and this isolated pawn. So it should be a draw with correct play. But there ain't no correct play in this game. Okay, so black played rook takes, and that just gets mated out of hand. Rook takes is crazily bad. Black should play queen a5 check first if they want to play rook take, so their king has the c7 square. Also loses. I mean, black folded like Superman on laundry day. Rook takes queen is really bad because rook here's just mate. What kind of move is that? Be better if black didn't move. Anyway, we had to stop that game because it was too exciting. You'll be back. Yeah, that game was too exciting. That was a 3-minute game, so I can't really fault the players for making any mistakes. I make more mistakes when I play 3-minute than these guys do. No, Steinitz was right. God wasn't very good then. Like right now, God's really good. But back in the 1880s, 1890s, probably Steinitz could give God pawn a move. I mean, I could give a fictional character pawn and move too. What's your point? In American Dad, Stan pulled a gun on God. He had a heaven gun. Strange episode. What if God was one of us, just a potser like one of us, on the bus, trying to make his way home? Maybe he lives in Nome. When Anand, I first met him in '86, I gave him the nickname God. Then he became 5-time world champion. So I think I was right. What season of American Dad? I don't know. Have you done anything else besides chess, or has chess been your whole life? Yeah, occasionally I eat, I go to the bathroom, I sleep, watch TV, hang out with Karen. I've had 3 marriages and 2 kids. I also play poker and bridge and blackjack. And I drink a lot of carbonated water. I like this vegan soup that I've been getting through Amazon lately. And I get dressed and take showers. So yeah, I do a lot of stuff other than chess. I do everything like a GM. I have tied my own shoes, even today. I have read a book. In fact, I mentioned a book that I read today, and I couldn't remember the name of it, Outliers, by Malcolm Gladwell. It's one of the few books I've read. Are any of your games featured in a book? Yes, many. Who's more annoying, Gotham Chess or Nate Silver? Probably Nate Silver. Close. I don't play computers, so they never beat me. Some chips are vegan and some beer is vegan, but not all. Chips is 50-50. Beer is like 90%. I'm sure Nate Silver plays chess. The only way to know is to type exclam vegan. Fine gold is better than silver. That's right. Yeah, I was a vegetarian for 33 years. And then I've been vegan for about 6 years. It was a New Year's resolution. I think my 6-year anniversary is in a few days. No, actually, I'm the evil twin. Okay, let's do a marker for the next game. Hi, Ben. This is a slow OTB tournament game. Game 90 plus 30. From a few weekends ago. I was playing an opponent rated about 400 points above me. I went for a perpetual in a position my opponent told me after the game was completely winning. I couldn't see it though, couldn't calculate it, and for some reason, I was worried his pieces were going to come to life. At least I still have my music. Okay, so our hero's 1050 and the villain is 1433, and our hero's white. It's a slow game. I saw a game a long time ago where white played e3 and black played queen a5 check, winning the bishop. Black won that game. It's over 20 years ago I saw that game. Is EF better than GF? EF is better than GF. Hey, what do you know? Okay, so this is equal. Yeah, I've had white in these positions. Just equal. That's not a very good move because knight a5 hits the queen. The queen has to go somewhere else. Or black had not hit the queen. G5? God damn, a slow game? G5, wow. Wow, the engine says G5 is a good move. Although it prefers G6. G5, wow. And the engine says it's not bad. Yeah, it says G4 is a mistake. Black should take on E4 or play Bishop G4, and it's about equal. Bishop G4 seems insane because if knight takes D5. But it's not insane, so there you go. Now it says white's winning. This threatens queen h2, but g3 just stops that. Yeah, now white's winning. Black has too many pawns hanging and loose king. It says queen takes h6 is winning. Although I'd probably play bishop takes e4. Also winning. Then they repeated and drew. Well, this is equal material, and white has a mating attack, and the f5 pawn is hanging. Yeah, the engine says that white is +7. And after king h7, in this position, it says that white has forced mate with knight takes f5. Yeah, I mean, white's just winning because the f5 pawn isn't defended sufficiently. So you just take on f5, and then black's king side just collapses. You take on g4 with check, and 2 pawns up for nothing and mating. Yeah, the engine announces mate. Yeah, definitely white can just take on f5 and win all of black's pawns and have a mating attack. Well, black said he was afraid, or white said he was afraid. So that's the problem when you get paired up. People are afraid instead of just playing chess. What are you getting for Christmas? How would I know? What am I, Karen? Yeah, your opponent was right. You're just winning in this position. Black's king is too exposed. F5 pawn isn't defended sufficiently. So, good game. Well, yeah. Hey, Siri, what's happening in Dallas versus Tampa? Oh! Cowboys game versus the Buccaneers. 13-7 Dallas. That's good for the Falcons. Let's see. I have a comment on starting with the Sicilian. Disappointed in this course. Go Siri. Yeah. What do I want for Christmas? I don't know, world peace. No, I'm just kidding. I don't need anything. Just going over to Karen's family for a couple hours, hanging out. That sounds like fun. I don't want world peace, but I do want meta world peace. I like your Sicilian course. Hooray. If somebody didn't like it. You don't want world peace? No, just meta world peace. For Christmas, I want Trump and Elon Musk to be arrested and convicted the same day. Rawr. Because the courts are open on Christmas. World peas. That would be good. Okay, let's do a marker for the next game. From Sizzle Them Juices. Here's possibly the final daily chess game I'll submit for a while. There's not much I have to say here, except that my opponent played f6, shivers. Sorry for the extra long PGM. Some strange chess.com thing is happening to me, and I had to pull it from an automated email. Okay, the players are both 1,500 plus tax. It's a daily game, so you play one move a day. And our hero is white. Still theory. Ooh, H3. Conrad Holt would be proud. White's mixing several different systems, but it's fine. Queen B6. Ooh, that's not a good move. Yeah, now white has a big advantage. Well, then H5 traps the knight, so G4 just wins the knight. Yeah, and now white's up a piece. Nice, easy winning of a piece. What? You illegally castled through attack. How did you do it? I mean, white just plays great, and black loses a piece. Ooh, bishop h6. White played bishop f3 to threaten bishop e4. Black seems to have missed that. So I'm not kidding. And if I was watching this stream, I would think I was kidding. But I'm looking at it right now, so I'm not kidding. According to the engine, what is the best move for black? Yeah, calm down, Mike. This actually is one of my rules. Yeah, calm down, Mike. Yeah, bishop f8 is correct. Yeah, bishop f8's the engine move. It's still the engine move. Okay, so probably black didn't play that. Oh, black didn't play anything. Black resigned. I mean, white played perfectly that game. They both played okay, with black not playing so well. Then black trapped his knight on h5, and then white took it, and white was +3 or +4 the rest of the game with nothing happening. Then black overlooked bishop e4, which wins a lot more material. I asked Nakamura what the best move for black was here, and he said takes, 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 takes. And he drew a lot of arrows. And then Gotham made a video about it, and he wrote, Carlsen analyzes with Nakamura, even though Carlsen wasn't analyzing. And there's pictures of Carlson and Nakamura looking surprised. Oh, snap. A complicated joke. And the Gotham story makes it true. Cute Kitty Cat 2 subscribed. Good. Good. Yes, the Jets kicker Carlson. Thanks for supporting the stream. I'm just waiting for more chat to yell at. Anybody doing anything interesting for the holidays, like traveling and having their flights delayed and missing their flights and having their flights canceled? Anybody going anywhere interesting like Hawaii or Lisbon? Yesterday was my daughter's birthday. She turned 23. Tomorrow, if you guys want to donate a present, is the wedding anniversary of me and Karen. Tomorrow's our wedding anniversary. Karen's streaming tomorrow, but I'm not. Could you explain Bishop F8? No, I can't explain it. No, if you're 42 and you're in the 1200s, you'll definitely be a grandmaster. Man, I haven't played the North American Open in a long time. Can anybody guess how many years Karen and I have been married tomorrow? It's our wedding anniversary. What number anniversary is it? Your dog just had puppies? Congrats. 30. Wow. Not a good guess. So far, nobody's right. We've had like 10 guesses. Yeah, nobody knows. Bishop F8 is the correct answer. Or fries. Thanks for $10. You're rated 200. How can you improve? You just have to play a lot of chess. If you're 200, you have to play lots of chess so you get used to it. That's how you get better. Try to play people who are better than you, can help you out. Ace Deuce is the only correct answer. 8. I knew somebody from Ann Arbor would get it. Yeah, tomorrow's our 8th wedding anniversary. So almost 9. Yeah. I did meet Karen after I worked at Kohl's, about 20 years after. Yeah, that was 5 years ago. That was on Karen's birthday. We went to Europe to do a honeymoon. Hey, Uruguay or Uruguay. Ace Juice subscribed. Hooray! Don't forget to donate for our 8th anniversary, like 8 subs, or 8,000 bits, or $80, or $8,000, or 800. Hey, stop bothering Mike, guys. Yeah, Michigan's hot in the summer and cold in the winter. That's the true story. Yay, Ton Khan gave 8 bits. That's good for the 8th wedding anniversary. We'll get a mouse. Yay, $8 from someone on YouTube. Brian Bynum. His name's a tongue twister. Thanks for the anniversary wishes. Yeah, if you're subbed to the Twitch channel and you submit games on Discord, then I look at them on Sunday if you submit them. But only one game per week. Yay, Roof May 630 gifted subs. I don't know how many subs he gifted. Probably 8. Yeah, 8. Starting the hype train. Let's get to level 8 on the hype train. That makes sense. We're at level 3 now. We need 49 more subs to get to 600. Got to 500 yesterday. $49. Just always play your best. And if that doesn't work, play better. Okay, we need 3 more subs to get to level 4. Do you think Iragasi has good chances to play the next World Championship? Yes. Yes, I do. The hype train slowed down. Nobody's doing anything. Come on, somebody give 8 bits. We need something with the number 8. I think 7 Costanza, 7 beatings a day, 7 periods of school, 7 years to life. Why 8? Because it's my 8th wedding anniversary tomorrow with Karen. You typoed shut up Donnie. You put shut up Mike. It's your 8th wedding. What? Exactly, Yabba Dabba Doo. Good job, tensor extension. Ban that carnivore. Do you ever miss McDonald's? No. Man, it's tough spelling Fisher. Come on, hype train. We haven't got to level 4 yet. We're so close. Go, Georgia. I flew from Georgia to Georgia once. Do you miss Norm Macdonald? Not really. When I became a vegan, I couldn't listen to him anymore. He was part of McDonald's. No, I flew from Atlanta to Istanbul and then Istanbul to Batumi. No, the hype train died at level 3. Well, thanks anyway. Okay, let's look at the last game. Somebody do a marker. Sorry for submitting a quick win, but that's just what happened at my weekly OTB game. Last round of the Berkeley Chess Championship. Although White resigned on move 21, both of us used 70 of our 90 minutes, and I'm sure I can improve the play in some areas. Okay, so our hero's black. He's 1636. His opponent is 1463, and it's game 90, increment 30. And this is the last game. Yeah, the first game we looked at today, so the guy lost. So far, it's a good game. White's slightly better. Yeah, it's better to place E takes D5 at these structures. You always want to play E takes D5. C takes D5 gives away the B5 square and also leaves your bishop blockaded. E takes has this nice queenside pawn structure. Now knight B5 is actually the best move. Ooh, queen C2 is not good because black's rook's going to show up on this file eventually. Yeah, position's about equal. Ooh, D4 is not good. That was one of the good things about White's position is his bishop wasn't blocked and his knight had access to D4 and E5. Still, knight b5 is the best move. Yeah, now black's better. Yeah, a3's too slow. Yeah, black's playing great, except for c takes d5. Yeah, and that's just a blunder that loses. Yeah, the rook is defending the f2 pawn, and this is important after, like, bishop takes, queen check, queen takes f2. So rook fd1 loses. Otherwise, white's just slightly worse. The engine prefers queen d1, defending the king side a little bit more. Now black's winning by force, which he found. Took on f3, that's correct. Then took on h2, which is also correct. Now the engine doesn't take the bishop, because if you take the bishop, then black checkmates the following way. Then rook f6, with the idea of rook h6 and checkmate soon. And there's no defense to any of that. So white played king f1, which is the best move. Now black's threatening mate. Bishop takes g3 is a good move. Yeah, the engine says queen c2. Ugh, horrible. Yay, $6.99 Canadian. Thanks, Thomas Beckett. Now black's threatening queen f2 mate and queen takes f3 check. And the engine says the best white can do is king e2 and here. Man, that's not good. That's 3 pawns down and losing. Well, the only way to stop queen takes all these moves is to take here. Then you get checkmated because your king doesn't have any escape squares. So resigning here was not bad for white, because the best white can do is king e2, which just loses the bishop. Then black has a mating attack and 3 extra pawns. So basically that move was a one-move game. In this position, white played rook fd1 losing, and black found bishop takes and bishop h2 winning. Cute Kitty Cat gave 5 subs. Thank you. Or 2. Cute Kitty Cat 2 gave 5 subs. That's like 10 subs. Anyway, good game by black. The only move I didn't like was c takes d5. Otherwise, I liked the way black played that game. Yeah, my wife is from Alabama, but she's lived in Boston, York, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Atlanta, etc. Mainly, she's lived in etc. Yabba Dabba Do with the oldest joke in the book. Usually they make it Arkansas or Mississippi. But since we're talking about Alabama. Thanks, Thomas, for the donation. Thanks to all the YouTube people for donating. 65 people watching on YouTube. I'm from Mississippi and it's better than Alabama. Well, its reputation isn't better. Mississippi has the reputation as the worst state. It also has a lot of letters. You thought Louisiana was the worst state? Well, they're not considered the best. Is it Mississippi a river? Yes. Shouldn't Tennessee Williams be from Tennessee? Is Ralph Wiggum cooler than Milhouse? I don't know. Milhouse is pretty cool. Milhouse Van Houten has a better name. Big Bang Theory or Friends? I assume you're asking which show's worse. Friends is worse. It's close though. Which show's more formulaic? That's a tie. Which show is liked more by low IQ people? Probably Friends. Big Bang Theory is definitely worse. Something's worse than Friends? Wow. I didn't know that was possible. Bender or Dr. Zoidberg? Definitely Bender. World War II has to be worse than Friends. Maybe. Big Bang Theory is one of the best new shows? Man, that's an old show to be a new show. You guys are like Monica and Rachel, but Phoebe was the best actress in that show. 9/11 was worse than Friends. I don't know. 9/11 basically just showed us that nobody goes to work. You had a building with 50,000 people in it and 3,000 died. Everybody had the day off. Jennifer Aniston's okay. I wouldn't say she's hot. She's not ugly. That's correct. What's my favorite medical drama? That one that was on Cartoon Network. What was that one called? It was a comedy. Children's Hospital, I think it was called. Yeah, that show's great. With Henry Winkler. Yeah, Children's Hospital's the best. And now we're in South America. I saw the first episode of House about 3 weeks ago. That's the only episode I've seen. It's pretty good. Oh, Michael Cera was the intercom voice? Yeah, I probably knew that, but forgot. House is good, but it's no Roadhouse. Do you still play OTB chess? No, but I'm coming back January 18th to 20th. I'm playing in the Charlotte Open. I haven't played in 2.5 years. Yeah, Queen's Gambit was good. Will Naroditsky be there? I don't know. I'm not his secretary. Time Twister subscribed. Hooray! Missed Mate and Sue and came here to celebrate. Thanks, Time Twister. Thanks for supporting the stream. Scrubs or Grey's Anatomy? I think I've seen like 2 episodes of Grey's Anatomy, and that was over 10 years ago. And I think I've seen about 5 episodes of Scrubs. I think Scrubs is a comedy and Grey's Anatomy isn't. Although maybe it is. I guess if I had to watch one, Scrubs. Who's the most famous person I ever met? Muhammad Ali. Without a doubt. Who's the least famous person you met? Somebody from my stream. I met him at some tournament. Yeah, we were at a chess tournament in Battle Creek, and Muhammad Ali was at the hotel, and I was the director. So I paused the start of a round so people could go get his autograph and stuff. He was like Ali. I've met all the famous chess players, but that's only interesting for you guys. Hi, Belgium. I lived in Belgium from 1988 to 1992. I have met Rufus and Doofus. I'm acceptable at backgammon, but I'm not good. I haven't played in a long time, so I'm probably terrible now. I've played in some backgammon club events. I left Belgium before you were born. Do you play Go? I do not. Any good at front gammon? No. Side gammon's okay. Is it possible for an animal to be good or evil? Yes, many humans are good or evil. Most evil. How expensive are t-shirts? Yeah, I don't know. All right, who should I raid? This stream's gone long enough. Poker, chess, poker, chess, marbles. I haven't rated Zefcat in a long time. I'm not even sure who that is. I spelled Zefcat wrong. That's how long it's been since I've rated that person. Unless it's a cat. All right, see you guys on Tuesday. Although I'm not sure if I'm streaming Tuesday. But I probably will stream Title Tuesday. Thanks for supporting the stream, everybody.